Okay, hopefully you can all hear me well. Sadly, I'm not joined by my fellow person in the box in Spud, but yeah, sadly I guess we've got to kind of go with the flow, I guess. So we are currently live for qualifying 2 of the Trackstars Touring Cars Kyoto 500. We've currently already had qualifying 1 commence last night. So far we've got, just let me go right through the times, just need to get a confirmation on red 1 start. Alright, so current standings for the start, current provisional standings for the start for the 500 is in first place we have number 66 under Diswood with a 1 minute 18.058. In second place we have It's Racing in the number 95 with a 1 minute 18.102. In third place we have number 24 Disappointed in Myself with a 1 minute 18.534. In fourth place we have number 4 V Papa AT for CP with a 1 minute 18.663. In fifth place we have N Spud P666 in the number 1, the reigning champ, with a 1:18.807. Behind him is number 79 Ridwan F1 with a 1 minute 18.855. In seventh place we have 47, which is Punts, with a 1 minute 19.365. In eighth place we have Gabans, number 55, with a 1 minute 19.464. In ninth place we have SDRT Wiseacre in the number 26 with a 119.515. 10th place we have number 34 EBM Brandosa with a 1 minute 19.796. And sadly we didn't have the 405 or the 35 last night, so currently the 405 and 35 are taking up position 11 and 12, obviously with no participation at the moment. They haven't set any quick time, so Speedy so far has just set at 1 minute 18.071, so he's very close to his teammate in Diswood, so it's good to see. I'll keep the times. Instantly out of the box, Mint Matt in the 95 does a 1 minute 17.722. So they've got 1 hour qualifying session. First 40 minutes they can enter, exit, do whatever they want. Yeah, so they can enter, exit, do whatever they want for the first 40 minutes, change their setup, etc, etc. Then the last 20 minutes, no one's allowed to exit the room. Anything like that, so it's just to prevent lobby disconnections and drivers being a bit like, say, getting disconnected, etc, etc. So we just, you've got my lovely voice for the next 50 minutes, so hopefully It's Racing can join me in the com box. It's just a matter of time, waiting for him to join, I guess. But hopefully we'll see a lot of quick times. So far we've got Mint Matt with a 1:17.722, Speedy Tyres with a 1:18.071, Captain Risky with a 1:18.3.2, I believe, Duran 50 behind him with a 1:18.2 as well, Sir Slayer with a 1:19.2, Lirox with a 1:19.8, SDRT Madster with a 1:20.4, Broccolili hasn't set a lap yet. For some reason Devcon Calypso's in. I'm not exactly sure why. He shouldn't be in here, but yeah, we'll let him race. He's probably got nothing else better to do. Just as long as he doesn't get in the way. Vibe Z and Jono Stan are sitting in the pits, so hopefully they'll get out, cut some laps. But yeah, until then, we're just vibing, and I'll run you guys through the layout for this weekend. So we've got obviously qualifying tonight, tomorrow night, which is the good night. We have the top 6 shootout. So the top six cars will enter a shootout. So they'll do one lap. So they do an out lap. Then they'll do their flying lap, and then they'll do an in lap. So that's all they get with that. And then whatever the positions are at the end of the top 6, that will decide the starting grid for the top 6. And then obviously positions 7 to 12 after that are going to be as they stand. So hopefully they can put in some good times and get their cars in an applicable grid position, I'd say. So we know Mint-Matt was in practice, he was very quick, sorry. So we do have tyre wear on ×1, and we have no fuel usage. So they are doing this on max fuel. They can change, there's no limit on how many pairs of tyres they want to use or anything like that. So hopefully everything will change. So Mint-Matt has obviously set the pace. Obviously we do know that Mint-Matt has a lot of history with being extremely fast. So they will have to take a couple of photos as they're doing it and send it to the admin team, stuff like that, so then we can put it in, say, like a Google Sheet, so then we can sort out the starting grid for the 500. So then, yeah, I guess that's what we work with, and then we've got a day and a half or so just to get everything sorted out, set up, stuff like that, ready for Sunday. We do have Shane Kenty streaming the 500 on Sunday, which is a big thank you to Shane. But if you want, I shall be quiet. I'll let the racing do it. So we've got Mint-Matt for It's Racing Esports, Speedy Tyres for CP, Captain Risky for the Mash Spuds in the number 47, who is driving alongside Punts. So I'll go through the drivers and who they're driving with. So we've got Mint-Matt and It's Racing, Speedy Tyres with Diswood, Captain Risky with Punts, Jerem 50s with V Papa, Sir Slayer is with Sir Slayer is with Gabans, SDRT Madster is with SDRT Wiseacre, Lyrox 22 is with Little Blacko. Unfortunately, Little Blacko couldn't make qualifying last night, so it's all up to Lyrox to put him in a solid spot. But so far the Nissans haven't been exactly strong yet with this. But yeah, good luck to all the Nissans. So we've got Colin T24 who's driving alongside. Oh, he's driving alongside Ridwan. So yeah, Colin's driving with Ridwan, and then we've got in ninth place. We've got Broccolilli who's driving alongside EBM Brandosa. Viper Z who's in 10th place. He's driving alongside myself. Devlin Calypso is just joining in just because. Jono standing 12th. So Nemo, yes, Liam is in it. He did set a time, but that was in practice, so he will have to go again before the end of the session. So he might be just kind of chilling. Actually, did he do a time? I didn't see him do a time. Oh, you did a time. Yes, you did. 0.232 behind. So solid time then. You're just in front of. Ram, so that was pretty close. So yeah, unfortunately I did miss that on stream, so you can see down here that he's got 0.232 behind Matt, so solid. So yeah, there's Jono Stan. Jono Stan is playing a Jono Stan and he hasn't currently put a time in yet, so good luck to Jono. Just need to kick Devlin. Sorry about that. So we've got Xylon in here for the number 405 with coming for you 194. So unfortunately he couldn't make the lobby last night, which is unfortunate. So hopefully Xylon can put the car in a good spot. Try and see if I can get Big Boy Eats Racing in the combox, but sadly Spud is doing Trailblazers tonight, I believe. So Robbo and stuff like that, they're all doing Trailblazers. So we've got Gaband watching us on the big screen, so he's watching us on his TV. I'll give his teammates some plug time. So good to see you joining your bands. Thank you very much. Oh, Colin with a little bit of a spin then. So it's not as exciting in qualifying, I guess. I know it's kind of pain in the butt being by myself, but if you don't want me to talk, then just say so. Jono still hasn't got up in, but knowing Jono, he's going to come in, do one lap, and then he'll be done. That'd definitely be a bit of a Jono thing to do. There he is. There's big man in the 405. Look at that sexy car. So currently 23 minutes in. 23 minutes gone. What's that? 36 minutes to go. We have Mint Matt in first place, Speedy Tyres in second, Duran 50 in third, Captain Risky in fourth. Actually, we have Viper in second place. He was a one and done kind of guy. He came out, did one lap, was exceptionally quick, 0.2 behind Matt, and he's done. So that's all he needs to do. And yeah, he'll just be chilling for the rest of it. Might go eat dinner, go do something else. Who knows? See if I can follow a Nissan. So currently Mazda is the leading Nissan. I think 119.2. Let's see who's got the quicker lap. No, Ridwan is currently the leading Nissan, and then you've got Mazda behind him. So, by the looks of it, it doesn't seem like it's a very strong. Doesn't seem like it's a very strong track for the Nissans. Hopefully, I have a feeling. Okay, sorry, it's racing. I'll stop changing. I'll follow Mazda for a lap. I'll take a car for a lap. Yeah, I have a feeling myself that the Nissans aren't going to be very strong here, but obviously it's a long race, 103 laps, so it's a very long race. So we'll see, obviously with safety cars, and if only they had dynamic weather. Follow Mint Matt, actually. He's looks like he's on an outlet. And obviously he did change to the NSX at Monza just to get his head around it, stuff like that, because he's racing alongside it's racing. So we'll see what they have to bring in. phone, but my keyboard's not working to my PC. Let's watch me and Matt for a lap. See him take this beautiful Honda NSX around the nice track of Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa. I do believe it is a Gran Turismo created track, so don't count me on that. So I'm not very familiar with tracks like that. It's a very high speed track. On the radar. Oh, we caught Speedy, very nice. So we'll follow him for a lap. Oh, no, he's on an outlap, never mind. But we'll still follow Speedy. And I will put it out there too. I believe it was Scotty that did these liveries, and I'm telling you, I'm a fan of this number 66. It is very solid, very nice. Follow each driver for a lap and see how they go. Sorry, everybody, I know what I'm talking about. Next on the radar, Captain Risky. I'm getting run on the outlap. What are the odds? Follow him for an extra lap. I think it looks like SDRT Mazda's actually jumped in the Nissan, so 1.0, so he's done a 118. Oh no, that's 1 second behind Risky. Never mind. Captain Risky with the purple. Oh, as Matt's gone at 17.5. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, he's purple again. Captain is purple again. Very nice through the chicane there. Can he keep it held together for the second sector? Oh, sorry, not the second sector, the third sector. We all know that a lot of people struggle through here, but Captain Risky seems to be very, very solid. Nice exit out of there. Oh, unlucky, he's gone 0.2 there, so he'll come reasonably close. Oh, it looks like it made a little bit of time up there. Nice entry into the last corner there. Onto the last straight. A little bit too much curb. Coming down. Ooh, 18.1. That's unfortunate. That's still a very nice time. Oh no, that's faster. That's a 17. Somewhere around a 17-second mark, I think. Okay, well, we got Jono Stan. These times are really whack. They're not showing up properly on my screen. I think because it is a free run. The times on the left-hand side aren't working properly. So Jono Stan's gone quicker again. Ooh, a little bit of Tokyo Drift action there. If I can spot a listen, here we go, SDRT Mazda. Actually, we've done a lap with him previously. We'll go on a lap with Lurox. So Lurox normally races with Robo Sport, but obviously the Robo RSR team didn't get high enough in the championship standings to enter 2 cars. So unfortunately, oh, that's very unfortunate there for him. Yeah, so Robbo didn't get enough entries in. Nice work here by Broccoli and Slayer. They can see people coming up behind them, so they pull over to the side, let them go past, and then they'll start going on their merry way. Very nice track etiquette there and awareness from those 2 drivers. Yeah, so Robbo didn't get 2 cars into the top 5 in the championship standing, so unfortunately he only has 1 car, and same as SDRT. So everyone else has 2 cars, and Lurox and Little Blacko have combined in the number 35 to race under the EBM RSR. See if I can get it here. Yeah, so the EBM RSR number 35. So hopefully they do pretty good. So we'll try and catch Lurox on this lap. really loud.
You there, DJ?
Yeah, man. Sorry, your mic's a little bit wonky.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. I'm just having to adjust the sound levels.
Yep, that's all good. I think mine should be turned up all the way on Discord, so...
Yeah, no, I'm changing your user volume on my end, so...
Yep, that's all good.
Yeah, so... Some solid running so far. But, as we all predicted, your teammate in Mr. Mitmat is on top so far.
Yeah, following along quickly so far, and yeah, he's looking very strong at the top of the table so far.
Yeah, so he's currently got a 117.5, as you can probably see that actually.
Yeah, that would be very handy actually. Although because I've just joined the room, it's on my screen. It's got Sir Slayer being fastest with a 118.7, so I know that that's definitely out of whack. Yeah, that's looking a bit more representative now.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're heading towards the 20-minute mark to go on this session, so...
Yeah, so 15 minutes ago so far. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so we pretty much started right on 8 o'clock when I reset the time and stuff like that, which was pretty good. So pretty on time. So all the races were in. We did have a late entry in John O'Stan, which wink wink seems to be a John O'Stan thing to do.
I have noticed that from him a little bit.
Yeah, so Viper did a one and done. So he's done his lap, sent the picture in, and he exited the lobby with just on 20 minutes to go. So
yeah, no, that's... I did notice he sent his time through, so that might be one to quickly update soon.
Yes, I shall update that shortly. So it's looking pretty. So far we've got a Honda first, Lexus second, and then a Honda, Lexus, I think. So it seems to be a bit of a very strong track for the Honda ranking.
Fast sweeping corners probably do benefit the Honda a lot more. Although I think we might be in a little bit more trouble than what we are at the moment. Although the Hondas are hardly in any trouble, but at Bathurst I'm sure they'll be a bit more closer to the field, I'd say.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I think it might be a bit of a Nissan fest at Bathurst if it's any replication of last year. So it was a Nissan fighting a Nissan coming all the way to the end. So it might be, I don't know, it might kind of switch it up a bit. But yeah, as you said, the fast sweeping corners will obviously probably benefit the mid-engine rear-wheel drive cars. But pretty solid outing at the moment for all drivers.
Yeah, I think the general consensus, or amongst the It's Racing guys, is that it'll be probably a bit of a Nissan fest up there, but yeah, at the moment it's looking like a bit of a Honda fest here at Kyoto, which is probably our main focus at the moment as we try and get through this qualifying session.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty long 46 minutes so far, but obviously not for Mitmac because he has led most of it, but we all know that he is a very strong driver, but it's a long 500-kilometer race on Sunday, so maybe safety cars and stuff like that may play in hand of say the Nissans, if they do kind of stay on the lead lap and stuff like that, they might do an undercut of a pit stop, or they might do something like that. So it's a long race, anything's possible, and the outcome can be anything. So yeah, it'll be one to watch, definitely.
Yeah, no, we've definitely seen that a lot throughout the earliest parts of the season. Sort of, you look at the Dragon Trail 250, the St. Croix 250, I mean, the driver that started off pole didn't necessarily win the race. Although on the other hand, when we went to the Blue Moon Bay 250, it was Viper's Ed that basically dominated things, and you probably would have said he was the outright fastest driver all night there.
Yeah, obviously he was fast in qualifying as well, so he did take the win at Blue Moon Bay. So it was, I don't know, he might have had a good setup and stuff like that, but he did say he was very comfortable at that track. So I guess if you're comfortable and you're strong at a track, you might obviously pay off.
Once you're comfortable, it definitely plays to your advantage, that's for sure. And you sort of, I sort of have my favourite tracks and my least favourite tracks, especially on this game. There's a few like Catalunya into Argos where I just sort of show up and you go, well, whatever happens, happens. And then there's others that I just gel with, and it just seems to work for me.
Yeah. Chase, not Blue Moon Bay 500, bro. The Blue Moon Bay 250, where I was up the coast and he had to fill in for me. So, yeah, not the 500, man. The 250. Yeah, Chase is in chat. He said he did obviously have a bit of a. The stewards did come into play with Viper Z at the Blue Moon Bay 500, and he did cop disqualification under technicality. So unfortunately for him, he did win originally at the 500, but then the stewards ended up dealing him a disqualification, so which obviously then Speedy won that in split 2. So yeah, no, good Chase, but it's there's a lot to take in with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it does spread out across, like, especially when you visit one place twice and on different layouts, it does start getting a little confusing.
Yeah, exactly, and obviously, luckily we don't have the Miyabi variant of this track, thank God. So,
yeah, be a mouthful to try and pronounce all of that. It's probably nearly bad enough trying to tell everyone that we're on the Yamagila way out.
Yeah, I was struggling to say it earlier, but no, it was pretty solid. So obviously this track is pretty dominant for the Hondas, and then Bathurst might be dominant for the Nissans, but we are going to the St. Croix for the St. Croix 1500 around the sea layout, which does have considerably long straights and nice corners. So I have a feeling that it might be a Honda for Kyoto 500, Nissan for the 1000, and then a Lexus 1500. So
yeah, I think it'll be pretty open at St. Croix, especially. Well, I mean, earlier in the season we had the likes of Xiaomi and Little Blacko have strong runs there in the Nissans, and of course Kuntz was very well on the pace there as well.
Yeah, so I think it might be one to definitely watch come the end of the season, and then obviously we do have a couple of races in between. We are going to Tokyo Expressway, and then we have the Nordschleife, which is definitely not one of my favourite tracks.
Yeah, that's probably one I'm actually looking forward to. I really enjoyed the challenge of the full Nürburgring, so that'll be one marked on my calendar that, yeah, I'll be eagerly awaiting that round and hopefully see how that goes for everyone. It could be a championship maker or a championship breaker for sure.
Yeah. So obviously the championship points are going to get reset at Bathurst, so there's a valuable amount of points here for the teams as well coming into these last few Enduros. So they do get reset, and then obviously if you get race wins, stuff like that. Then you obviously get extra points like 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, and then you get escalated up there. So really anyone within say the top 8 I think can take the lead.
Yeah, so let's go on board with, well, have a look at Jono for a bit. I think he's on a flying lap at the moment. Might pay to just follow him around, see whether he can lift himself up the order in the closing stages of his session.
Yeah, obviously Spud.
At the moment he's a bit down on his time through the first sector, so but there's plenty of time to gain that up, isn't there?
Yeah, well obviously I myself last night was down by, I was up, 0.2, and then I was 0.3 up in the second sector, and then I actually lost it in the third, and then got back up again in the last sector. So even if you do lose a bit of time through, say, the chicane and stuff like that, where he is now, you do have time to make that back up at the end there. So it's obviously fortunate for him. He did obviously abort that lap, so he might chuck it in the pits, chuck a new set of rubber on, and then try and send it, basically, as you say. So I'm really surprised with Jono having an 18.2 at the moment. He was faster than that in practice.
Yeah, it's definitely not what I would have expected from Jono so far. As we might just go follow Mint Matt because he's under a 10 down on his best time so far through the first 2 sectors. So good couple of sectors here towards the end of the lap, and he might lower that benchmark a bit more from the 117.7 that he's done so far.
So it's a 117.528, but he is 0.1 down, so he might gain it in this last sector. So we'll just keep an eye on this as he comes across the line, coming out to the last corner now. Oh, he's gone a little bit sideways there on the exit, which would have burdened his time a little bit there.
Well, on my screen it's showing up as a fastest lap, but I think it's just a little bit off.
Yeah, just slightly.
It's popped up as a 117.741, so, but then across on your screen it's a 117.728, so the joys of being late into the lobby.
Yeah,
probably making things a bit less desirable to watch.
Yeah, oh, speed is up by 0.045, so we might keep an eye on him to see what he's got. So I think he might be faster. Oh no, he's really on par with Woodsy. So I think he's 0.02 away or 0.03 away. So I guess that team, they're on my radar, definitely.
Yeah, definitely the speedy tyres and the Diswood combination, they seem like 2 evenly matched drivers, and you could probably argue that both of them are in amongst probably the top 10 drivers out of or probably even the top 5 drivers out of the group of, I'll call it 24 that are amongst us. So you'd probably say easily top 10, maybe pushing into the top 5 even.
Yeah, well, obviously, under my own rankings, I'd put obviously Matt at the top, and then under him, I would put Viper, and then say Captain Risky and Jono would be under that. And then obviously you've got Woodsy there, yourself, Speedy. So I'd say probably top 10, top 8, I guess. So
yeah, and of course, it's not necessarily about having one outright fastest driver. You've got to have 2 drivers contribute across the race. So having 2 drivers sort of in that top 5 to 10 conversation might be better than having one that's a number 1 driver and a number 15 driver, so to say.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously you've got yourself doing a 118.1, so you've got Matt, who's probably about 0.6 faster than you, but obviously that is, as you said, a top say top 5 or 6 drivers, 2 top 5 or 6 drivers together. So that's a solid combination there. And then you've got Woodsy and Speedy who are practically on par with each other. So they're, yeah, and then there's Viper, and then me, I'm a little bit slower. So I guess it's kind of much of a muchness. But yeah, obviously you said you don't want a number 1 driver partnering with, say, a number 20 driver. So I guess it just comes down to kind of chemistry as well between the 2 drivers.
I mean, having Speedy and Discord together probably opens up a lot with the strategy that maybe you can do different things throughout the race and maybe split the strategies a bit more, especially when you come to Bathurst. You might look at seeing them do something more like a 50-50 split throughout the race and still hold that pace, whereas another team maybe might have one driver go for the minimum laps and the stronger driver do most of the work, and it could limit them with pit stops and the like.
Yeah, obviously you can obviously have the driver say do 50-50 or say 60-40 and 70-30. So if a driver does do the minimum laps, they go over that. So obviously they have a minimum laps, and maximum laps, and a maximum time you can be in the car. So that may come into play at Bathurst, obviously, and St. Croix, because at the 500 we are only doing one driver change, which is pretty much, yeah, it's, I guess, save kind of splitting it too much and stuff like that to keep the racing green for longer. So.
Yeah, and obviously something you got to look at, like the driver change rules and maximum driving time, sort of designed to make sure that one driver doesn't just do basically 4 hours of racing, but then at the same time, actually I've probably lost my train of thought there, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's that many regulations that you got to remember, so it's a little bit hard to remember everything. Even myself, I do have to go back into it on my phone during the week and stuff like that, look at regulations and running times and stuff, so there is a lot to take in. But obviously, Zolan going for a little bit of an escapade on the grass there, but my friend, that is not where you want to go.
Getting all out of shape there.
Yeah, hit that with a 0.08. So I think the lap times are a little bit wonky in a free run replay, so I guess it's not really one to go off.
On a 117.6 here, so he's improved that time.
Yeah, and obviously because I was in originally, he is sitting on a 117.528, so that on my screen is the fastest. So we'll just wait and see what Matt submits, and then we'll obviously post it up, combine all the time and stuff like that. I'll get that all done after tomorrow. But the times seem a little bit shonky in the free run, but obviously that's how we're going to run enduros at the moment. Probably the best way, because they don't have the driver change, stuff like that, so that's why we do have a bit of a limitation there. So we've got to kind of improvise a little bit with that, which is good. So it takes a little bit of organisation and stuff, but we do have the management staff behind us to get hold of that. But Jono looks like he had a really nice exit out of there.
Maybe we can add driver changes to the Gran Turismo 7 wish list that I'm sure many of us are compiling at the moment, what we'd like to see in the new game.
Yeah, obviously, that trailer did come out this morning, and I'll tell you what, I was very, very excited at work when I seen it.
Yeah, I think I was getting ready to go to work this morning and just had a quick scroll of Facebook, and basically my news feed was clogged up with the Gran Turismo announcement trailer, and definitely took the time to have a quick view of that, and it was certainly very impressive from what I've seen, and definitely a lot to look forward to in that game, and probably expanding on what we see here on Gran Turismo Sport, and maybe taking it to the levels that we saw with GT4, 5 and 6.
Yeah, speedy with a purple there on my screen, so I wonder if this will be on a purple on Matt or a purple on himself.
Judging by your screen, I'm going to say it's probably a purple on the whole thing, but looking at that, he's gone blue there, so it'll probably be a personal best at least.
So keep an eye on speedy with that. So he's carrying a fair bit of speed through that hairpin, so that was a really nice exit there. And he's down, he's gone 0.15 down, so unfortunately there he's lost a bit of time in that third sector, which I think you as well as me will say that'll probably be the sector where you lose most of the time.
Yeah, it's definitely the trickiest to get right, and just as I say that, I've just watched Matt go over the line. He's done a 1:17.4, so he's definitely going faster there for both of us by the looks of things.
Yes, he has gone faster, so that's over 1 second faster than me, man. This man is on crack. He needs to teach me.
Yeah, well, I think the practice session that myself and Matt ran along with our It's Racing teammates, Slayer and Bands, I think at the start I was at a 1:21.5, and by the end I was just cracking into the 1:19s before we switched to a bit of qualifying practice, and I only just cracked into the 1:18s in the practice session, so the 1:18 one that I pulled last night was definitely a surprise to me.
Yeah, mate, it was a surprise to me as well. I was behind Woodsy for most of that session. It was like 55 minutes gone, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, It's Racing's behind me, and then next minute, boop, in front, and I'm just like, oh, where'd this man come from?
Yeah, I think it was probably about 15 minutes ago. I think I tried a different line through turn 1, and it just hooked up and sailed around that corner, and I basically gained about half a second through there, and I just need to replicate that and keep it fast across the rest of the lap as well, because I think I was about 3/10 up, and then I made a mistake on the last couple of corners, which really cost me.
Yeah, obviously.
So I knew it was there halfway through the session, and then towards the end just focused on trying to hook it up around turn 1 and get that lap nailed. Looks like Matt's going again for another lap, setting himself up.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him, see if he can better that 17.4. So that's a very quick time, man. So it's, I don't know, man. He just pulls so much speed out of the car that I don't know where he pulls it out of. It's down by 0.03, so keep an eye on this.
Touching on what you said just before, obviously I've had a bit of experience running with Matt, well, both here preparing for this race, and then of course with the core online racing Nürburgring 24 hours about 6-7 years ago, and it is amazing to watch him at work in the flesh as well. And you're sort of watching the sector times and going, how does he find that pace there? And then when he jumps out the car and you jump in, and he stands there going, well, you're not doing a lot differently to what I do. And yet I'm sort of 5 seconds slower than him. It's like, well, where does he find it from sometimes?
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, that's the same as me looking at the Viper too. Obviously, we're both on controller, we're both in the same car, we're both running the same setup, but he's 6 tenths faster than me. I'm just like, where do you find the time? Like, I try and watch him and stuff like that, and I guess, I don't know, it might be the experience thing, but yeah, I guess, I got no words on how much faster how much more time they can pull out. Even the same as Captain Risky and John O'Stan too. So it's very, very strange, I guess.
Yeah, so it looks like this session's coming to an end here. I was just following Colin there, but he's ran wide into the wall. Let's see who else is on the lap. Zyla 96 looks like he's on a lap here, but it looks like he's a bit off pace here, so I don't think that'll be a quick one.
Yeah, he obviously hasn't had much. Yeah, he hasn't had much practice. Obviously, coming for you didn't have much practice either, so he.
3 seconds down, so that'll be him done. What's Slayer got for his last lap? He's half a second down, unless he pulls something out of his hat in the last sector. It doesn't look like that's going to happen there. As he's putting in the hole here, so I think that'll wrap things up here for this qualifying session, and that's going to be Mint Matt who puts the It's Racing Esports Honda on provisional pole for tomorrow night's top 6 shootout. And then looks like Speedy Tyres in second place. 66 Honda.
Yeah, no, it'll be Viper Z in second place.
Okay, Viper Z as well, yep. Yeah. So Viper Z, the Pit Lane Esports number 24, Lexus sitting in second place. So at the moment we're sitting 1 and 2 going into the top 6. And then it looks like Speedy Tyres and Duran 50, so the 2 CP Motorsports Hondas, 3rd and 4th, both walking into the shootout by the looks of things.
Yeah, so that's obviously a solid hour session there. So now we just got to get them to submit their times to us. But yeah, it was pretty solid work in there. So at the moment we've got Matt in first, Viper in second, Speedy in third, I'm pretty sure, and then it'll be Captain Risky possibly. I think, I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. And then you got your Ram in there as well. So yeah, it was a solid outing there by those drivers there. I wonder if this member list will come up properly. Nope, it doesn't come up. I guess that's the limitations of the free one.
Yeah, and the other one, probably John O'Stan as well. Might be in the mix for the top 6 shootout.
Yeah, obviously when we get all the times through, stuff like that, we'll put them in, and then we'll notify all the drivers on who's in the top 6 and who's stuff like that, so who can jump in tomorrow night. So obviously we have the top 6 shootout tomorrow night. I will be streaming that as well, so anyone who's currently in the stream, get your friends, get your family, extended friends, come along, watch the top 6 shootout tomorrow night. And I believe, give me a second, the top 6 shootout starts at 8 PM tomorrow night. So same time that qualifying started, same time as most of our events start at 8 PM. So 8 PM start, and then we'll have the top 6 cars go out and then put them in their applicable times, slots, stuff like that for the race, and then we'll come back on Sunday. We'll be streaming the Porsche Cup in the morning, and then TS2 and TS3 on Saturday, I believe, as well, and then the main race on Sunday. And I'm thankful to Shane Kenty for streaming that. He will be on our Trackstars YouTube. So yeah, very good thank you to Shane for doing that for us.
Yeah, definitely the team from Trackstars. We're all very grateful for Kenty for jumping in and giving us his services for the race on Sunday, and I'm sure you guys like Spud and I might be dropping into the commentary box as well and helping him out across the race, as I'm sure it'd be a very long afternoon if you were commentating by yourself for 500 kilometres, which will probably work out to about 2.5, 3 hours, somewhere around there, depending on safety cars and all that sort of thing throughout the race.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long day, especially for us in management as well as the drivers too.
Yeah, I'm sure once we get to the end of the day, I think we'll probably all be cracking open the cold one and kicking back and maybe having a bit of a chat amongst all our competitors about how our weekends have gone and tell our tales of woe or maybe even tales of success if we're fortunate enough.
Yeah, and it's going to be a... See, which straw we're going to pull out of the hand that's going to be longer. So,
You're definitely right there.
and obviously we know that Kyoto is pretty wacky, and we may see a bit of curbs. Say, like to send us in the wall. Unfortunately, so. But yeah, so I'd like to thank you for jumping in the combox, and thank you to everyone else for joining into the stream. We didn't have many, but it was good to see some drivers in there. Congratulations to the drivers at the moment, and we will post the provisional results. And from Jarman Dallets, It's Racing, and myself, Ryan Palmer, in Disappointed, we thank you all for joining in, and we hope to see you guys and girls around for the next stream over the weekend. So thank you all for joining, and from the team at Trackstars, hope to see you around soon.